Now, you know Tuesdays and Thursdays are dedicated to Namibian royal hustlers, those who go on the grind on a daily basis om brood op die tafel te sit. In basic terms, right here, okay? This time around, I'm joined by a young man who, besides having an 8 to 5, still finds time to create some of the most swabby-looking caps, calling them Lokasikeps. Delano Hansen, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yo, Shay, thank you for having me, man.
Man, right now you're looking like the DJ Khaled of caps in Namibia, man. Thank you so much for taking time out and coming to join us on 99 FM.
I was born in Windhoek. I think in those years, everybody was born in Karatura Hospital, right? And then, I grew up in Windhoek mostly. But, every school holiday, I was sent to Rehoboth to go live with my gran for the school holidays. And then when I came back, every weekend during the school trimester, that I was always at my other gran's house in Kommersdal. So, I had a lot of friends in Kommersdal, even though my dad and mom didn't stay in Kommersdal, but, that's the place where I wanted to be at, Yeah. So, just between the two places. Two places, yeah, mostly. I wouldn't want to brag about, my quantum physics and nah, I'm joking, man. I was not by a long shot an A student. I was just an average kid, eh? I just studied when I needed to study, but made sure that I, get through the grades and so on, because I had a very strict dad also. Yeah. But I was an athlete, one of my top athletes at my school, even though my kids don't believe me. Yeah. But, hey. So, growing up in the society, I had friends that, they always talked about, when they finish high school, they wanted to become a psychologist and a doctor and a lawyer. I never had that aspirations. I always thought, hey, what's wrong with me, Yeah. I don't want to do those things. Yeah. Because at school, you got so much theory and studying to do, and I hated it. so yeah, I wanted to become a lawyer, but then, without, just seeing that, being in that courtroom, seeing what people are up to, and that curiousness. But then I really wanted to be a graphic designer, illustrator. I really wanted to be there. That was actually the plan, but life happened, and but now I'm here. I woke up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, sort of like what you do right now. And then I go to Raceback Bakery. Yeah. So they were like an all-nighter, trying to prepare fresh food for the next day. So I'd come out there and buy some fresh breadchens, go to the wholesalers, get some cheese and so on, and off-cut bolognas at Heartleaf and so on, but fresh, And then we'd prepare that and sell that before work starts. I sell that for $10 a breadchen. And then payable end of the month. So that was actually, what enticed people to just take it. And end of the month, I just collect my money. So how Lokasikeps came about is that, I always wanted to stand out of the community. I saw at a young age, I was seeing how my peers, especially in the community, were only going to one specific direction, and I always got frustrated with the fact that, why is it always the same thing? Why are we always just doing the same thing? And I had an idea. I wanted to do something that would uplift the community, and I kept on thinking of what I could do, and then I realized that one of the things I could do was, start developing caps, that would, just represent our community and have guys proud of wearing that. But I always struggled with the design. And then one day it just popped in my head, why overthink things? Just make it simple, and we put the Kommersdal on the hat. Home. And then, I had a friend, and so I sourced, where to find the hats and the embroidery, because we weren't doing the embroidery in-house at the time. Yeah. And so I had a buddy, Shelton. Shout out to Shelton. He bought into where I had some money saved, and he had some money saved, and we were able to buy I think 20 hats and have them embroidered. Wow. And then the hats arrived in Windhoek, and we had a friend of ours, Ricky, had this car show, man, and he's like, come on, guys, just come sell your stuff there.
We hear, yeah.
Sure. When people bought into, they couldn't believe, hey, Komas Dal on a cap that you would buy at
you know, exactly, at retail stores with other countries that don't have representation from Namibia.
Exactly.
And you came up with the hearts for our own.
Yeah, we got a lot of support there. And then we thought, okay, right, we've got something here.
Yeah.
You know, and then we just ran with it.
That's right.
And then after some time, the shelter started his own business, and I checked, okay, right, you know, this is my passion, man. Let me delve into this. So, you know, I got an investment from my dad, you know, just to get the equipment, like an embroidery machine, and then we started doing everything in-house.
Wow.
So we've always tried to stay ahead of our games, because you know, people, you know, you start something and then you start long, people also do the same thing.
You're the trendsetter, yes. You're the trendsetter,
so
yes.
Because of that, we try to stay ahead of the game. So we've incorporated a lot of stuff since then. We've combined a lot of inclusivity also. So it's not about Komasdal or Katatura or not. No, it's people. You know, being inclusive of people of all walks of life.
That's right.
So recently we just launched the African brand, African with a K. People find it, think maybe, why is the spelling wrong? No, it's African because that's the Swahili version of African.
Yes.
So just to educate my fellow peers out there.
But
I'm excited. You know, one of the things that gave me an edge, I think, and everybody else has been abroad, is that when you go abroad, you're exposed to different ways of doing things. You see people doing things on a different ways, and you see this could work here in Africa, you know. And although not many people are fortunate because of poverty and the gap, you know, to experience that, you know. Coming back, you could actually apply these things and it could work, because everybody's looking at Africa, except Africans.
Except Africans.
Everybody out there looking at Africa, and we've got so much going on. If you look in this tech space, man, I mean, if you're conscious about your surroundings, look at the tech space, for example. We've got 15-year-olds, Namibian kids, you know, developers on an international level, you know.
And
we've got business
crazy.
people going places, you know, fashion designers and so on.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges is that, you know, in Namibia, is that we don't have a lot of avenues to get, you know, channels to get investments and you know, taking out loans to develop your company. You know, the interest rates are so high. You know, there's nothing that really caters for the middle guy. You know, you've got grants that caters for, you know, the vendor and so on, and you've got investment from the guys that you know, that are looking for 10 million and up, you know. But for us middle income guys, you know, that just want to open up shop and just get that exposure, you know, there's not many avenues that you can go. So a lot of these things was mainly out of pocket, savings, and then also family members like my dad, for example, that saw something in this and you know, invested also a lot of his life savings, you know. So I've got, you know, a lot of responsibility on my shoulders. But then also, you know, what's great is that, you know, people are starting to see that, hey, but if this guy can do this, I can do this as well, you know. So we're seeing people thinking out of the box. I don't necessarily agree with the saying, think out of the box, because, you know, I just don't see a box in the first place. So, you know, I don't think of a box at all. So, but you know, you get guys coming and trying new different things that's never been done before. You know. So that's exciting.
That's
for
really
me,
exciting.
Yeah.
No, we are excited. I'm sure our listeners are too, and we can't wait to find out, how do we get our hands on a Lokasikeps?
Yeah.
Where do we go? How do we place an order?
Yeah. So we've got a small shop. We still, still under construction and so on. But we open to the public. Everything. We've got a shop in Windhoek West. Opposite Lingua College, if you know where Lingua College is, Windhoek West. And you know, you'll see a big gazebo outside, you know, because we're also doing the Kasi Braai thing outside. And you'll see the Lokasikeps gazebo. And then you can just pop in. What we offer, we offer custom designs, and then you can also get one of our products as well if you like.
Yeah, totally. Yo, Delano, you're doing something amazing. You're totally changing the way we see ourselves as the Lokasi, as well as the way the world sees Namibia because of innovation such as this.
Yeah.
You are incorporating tech into this. You are truly an example of what African innovators are doing on the continent. So well done, and thank you so much for your passion, man, for bringing you even here and
Sweet.
bringing us true, authentic Namibian fashion. I totally love it.
Awesome.
We will be popping in under that gazebo, and perhaps
Yeah.
also while we buy our cap, have a piece of meat.
Awesome.
Super.
Sure. Appreciate it.
That's
Thank
the
you.
voice of Delano Hansen, the innovator, entrepreneur of Lokasikeps. Now, you might have heard about it, and yes, baby, it's that exclusive. That's just how it rolls. He's speaking about innovation, technology, and